Ukrainians, Ukrainian women, there comes a time in the life of every nation when everyone needs to talk. Honestly, calmly, without speculation, rumors, gossip, without anything superfluous. Yes, as it is. Just like I always try to talk to you. This is one of the most difficult moments in our history. The pressure on Ukraine is currently one of the most severe. Now Ukraine may face a very difficult choice, either loss of dignity or risk of losing a key partner. Either the difficult 28 points or an extremely difficult winter, the most difficult, and further risks. Life without freedom, without dignity, without justice. And that we should believe the one who has already attacked twice. They will be waiting for a response from us, although in reality I already gave it on May 20th, 2019, when, swearing allegiance to Ukraine, I said in particular, I, Volodymyr Zelensky, elected President of Ukraine by the will of the people, undertake to defend sovereignty and independence of Ukraine with all my actions, to defend the rights and freedoms of citizens, to abide by the Constitution and laws of Ukraine, to fulfill my duties in the interests of all compatriots, to raise Ukraine's authority in the world. For me, this is not a protocol formality for a checkmark. This is an oath, and every day I remain faithful to every word of it, and I will never betray it. The national Ukrainian interest must be taken into account. We are not making loud statements. We will work calmly with America and all partners. There will be a constructive search for solutions with our main partner. I will give arguments. I will convince, offer alternatives. But we certainly won't give the enemy reasons to say that it is Ukraine that does not want peace, that it disrupts the process, that it is Ukraine that is not ready for diplomacy. This will not happen. Ukraine will work quickly. Today, Saturday, Sunday, all next week, and as much as it takes. I will fight 24/7 to ensure that, among all the points of the plan, at least two are not missed: the dignity and freedom of Ukrainians. Because that is what everything else is based on, yeah. Our sovereignty, our independence, our land, our people, and the Ukrainian future. We will and must do everything to ensure that the end of the war happens, and that it isn't the end of Ukraine, the end of Europe, and the end of global peace. I just spoke to the Europeans. We are counting on European friends who clearly understand that Russia is not far away, that it is close to EU borders, that Ukraine is now the only shield that separates comfortable European life from Putin's plans. We remember Europe was with us. We believe Europe will be with us. Ukraine should not see a February 24th déjà vu, when it felt like we were alone, when no one could stop Russia except our heroic people who stood as a wall against Putin's army. And we were certainly very pleased when the world said, Ukrainians are incredible. God, what are they? Ukrainians. How they fight, how Ukrainians fight, what titans they are. And this is true. Absolutely. But Europe and the whole world must understand another truth. Ukrainians are first and foremost people. And for almost 4 years of full-scale invasion, we are deterring one of the largest armies in the world. We hold the front line for several thousand kilometers. Our people experience shelling, missile attacks, ballistic strikes, and drone attacks every night. Our people lose someone from their loved ones every single day. And our people truly want the war to end. We are, of course, made of steel, but even the strongest metal may not hold up. Don't forget this. Be with Ukraine. Be with our people. Be with dignity and freedom. Dear Ukrainians, remember the first day of the war. Most of us made a choice. The choice in favor of Ukraine. Remember our feelings then. Dark, loud, difficult, painful, frightening for many. But the enemy did not see our fleeing backs. He saw our eyes, full of readiness to fight for what was ours. This is dignity. This is freedom. And this is actually the worst thing that could happen to Russia. to see the unity of Ukrainians. Then our unity was aimed at protecting our home from the enemy. And now we need unity more than ever, so that there is a decent peace in our home. I am addressing all Ukrainians now. Our people, citizens, politicians, everyone. We need to get together, come to our senses, stop the nonsense, stop the political games. The state must work. The parliament of a warring country must work unitedly. The government of a warring country must work effectively. And all of us must not forget and must not confuse who exactly is the enemy of Ukraine today. I remember how on the first day of the war, various envoys brought me various plans, points, ultimatums about ending the war. They said, either yes or no. Either you sign it or you will simply be liquidated, and this will be signed by the acting president of Ukraine instead of you. How it ended is known. Many of those envoys became part of the exchange fund and left with their proposals and points for a happy harbor. I didn't betray Ukraine then. I definitely felt everyone's support behind me. Each of you, every Ukrainian man and woman, every soldier, volunteer, doctor, diplomat, journalist, all our people. We didn't betray Ukraine then. We won't do it now. And I know for sure that in this truly difficult moment of our history, I am not alone. Ukrainians believe in their state. We are united. And in all formats of future meetings, discussions, and negotiations with partners, it is much easier to achieve a decent peace and to convince them, knowing 100% that behind me are the people of Ukraine. Millions of our people who have dignity, who fight for freedom, who deserve peace. All our fallen heroes who gave their lives for Ukraine, who are now in heaven and deserve to see from there that their children and grandchildren will live in dignified peace. And this peace will be decent, effective, long-lasting. Dear Ukrainians, next week will be very difficult, eventful. You are an adult, intelligent, conscious people who have proven this more than once. And you understand there will be a lot of pressure, political pressure, information pressure, various pressures, to weaken us, to break us up. The enemy is awake and will do everything to prevent us from succeeding. Are we going to let them do this? We have no right, and we will succeed. Because those who seek to destroy us do not know us well. They don't understand who we are, what we are about, what we stand for, what kind of people we are. It is not for nothing that we celebrate the Day of Dignity and Freedom as a national holiday. It says something about who we are, what our values are. We will work in the diplomatic field for the sake of our peace. We must work inside the country for the sake of our peace, our dignity, our freedom. And I believe and I know that I am not alone. With me are our people, our society, our soldiers, our partners, allies, all our people, worthy, free, united. Happy Dignity and Freedom Day. Glory to Ukraine.